ayen we koy diang ci ben we ca king moderate ku we ca kan le jan de ngram bul na ne issue kan sound ke garken ku wobe ku batem ba chopin lakin thank you man thio am yo ka tew din to ku bu ku wonang ran tung de panel be ben of work yo so sa ti do ye ne digi ke di kine kam din to ka ba pol ku be oriented. So we can leisure. Thank you very much for your time. Ayen we chaka moderate we coach Ben ki kar tueng ku kwa liam na we bag video back share because in ke coach bay kidro we chaka lech ku we chaka lora ya to our shows yo ko loy chu dai gol ku we Ben so mi pio no miadur pa ni cholo Australia de na ko chilo midday Hancock ko chapte ya North America so kan ju ja loy ke na ti yom jumo ku ke miya dur yom sabit ku kai se woni rande bu dira lu miya tin Friday kurande ga bot loy men kurande ni ko family ke lo especially wo ko to Australia mi da ba lar the package so a commitment okay sacrifice when you ko loy brand time de gam so alle chicken din win pol gure din charan chen cha lakini lu to jamit ano to ju tum dan jeng ba inda ba ne che ba ni kursi ja ba so to jamit en ge to di di ten so ene derga lakini a che mon twi twi a che derga na ngai derga ta wa ping di ni che ro di na li apo di ne bor ga di na tut lakin wo ji lawan ko wo pio ke jwe to jamit taban ja ba jo ba gwe re di mu ye di lu la biran che ping wo jo war gen den ton tin so we chak mot we command chento on the television the panel today we quite die and I quite get the so ran talk ben soon quite talking walk man about introduce briefly ran to nyal chen tai cái cái chul klen chen ko a boy lu join from Canada ran to pin duor manyang duor te chak da ja tingwe ko dai chi we jam few times kuran be ben soon brother da chol maken kwe kor ban ne ko chol centerpiece global partners chi we jam kolon lakin today we jam kun work ka kwan ga twi so alan yu ti pinyi ti ay chi du ba chi du pande kaning de de ben up tin to what would become of tree so ala chu ku discuss na nga te ga libra ndelo le ngi chul ga lwel ku ke chi lu ku jon rane cha na ye nge nang ti de ni te tin akene chira le be yo le yitap chen ke pin da ro chi pet ti ko te ro to so kien before ban era ready jam ji ka kar bangi man da yen my volume you quiz we ko dai brother Chol and brother Duot, how is the volume actually? I mean the sound.
Sound is good, but but sound your voice is clear.
Mm.
You know playing very well. Although
Now,
then nói thì nó đây ngồi cái đầu but in ping clear.
okay. And she device that on Bluetooth that turn off now. She ning kich war then
Uh,
still.
in a clear anyway, but that sound they ngồi but in a
Mm.
clear.
Okay. Alwela yig dak alwela clear alwela an chor yak yang dur yak alwela clear. So just monitor. I don't want interruption be sound bay. So la yak jaw garen fini ten. Can kinen just on a voice a amplifies they can be dropping up it and around the churul sada so will chalabe kumar be keeping. Nang di chen ye luo me ko lon ko lo ka ka sia ta ri go lo ye ni jam nang ka yi ka do le wala kin ga chu ga yo ping op ye ta ga nga cha ro ba ya jwa a chan me ra ping op ye
Yeah.
lo la nang ki do lo la kin de yo la mari rul ten so a kin ga cha ko ro ba nyo so now we cha ko mot we come on ben emir pyo cha ka time nun cha gam I know we个 pej ben han lo ku nga cho ko dura to to lo man jam we na yi ko pelik ke de kin be ku ka ye chol ko lo ku en ga chok din brother chol many times jap tem ba ben lakin ka kriak kun ye ko yo ala ben twice kin nang ko yin jal ku ka che god ba community ba wan ke morning ko ba be jam tene ke chit to ke bo ngot ke yo so ai yer kina ba jaba yo in jur ku ja bu ko wel ko la ko la ko wel ko za do ka ko chin kursi nyu ke tin ga ko ko de bi ga nyu lakini jale ku kina bu ko wel so we cha le ku we cha ke lor bu ko be lo 1 hour 1.5 ku bak ka kok la ga ting la ga lo cha na che ku tok wel ko jam so bu ga chul ko wel ku ala ka na cool be na ko jam ga pe ga dong screen yin cha na yo ko wel ki chul ko wel e chira jare ko ja mute yen so maybe you buku ba ting de bene lo tin lakini I believe a chi wel ga ne chan kan e kro la twen ko ke pet so before bi wogol ke wo bi jam da abu lo di chite wo lo tin tere wo lo na ye rin kun twen ke ye ke convent twen yin ga bu chol
Hey,
okay
Bang Deng, can I suggest something?
aiwa
Before being woga like ke week walk all the book condonance well pananda when I hope you koi can ping ben ku badin tung the ta bo condonance loy ku bo ku balwe lai de ngai ra le ku kai ra ne nyawen but era anda ya ko so din tung de ale batao ku ba platform do jo loy be a condonance da ko koi totene ku koi ngi ku koi Kapande, Kukoy Gundil. It was a great loss, especially when I think Dinda and Akwan, Chakane, Amber, Aquatic, Amiar, Chilean Fat Queen, when the Pan Queen, Kujol, Bianco, Queen, could dear Drake and need to quick. So if you could do that, I will appreciate it.
Tuwe da tuwe na ngade WhatsApp ye ni to one my WhatsApp there. I so thank you Chaya reminded num di jitiang akor be sleep out.
Yeah,
So
it's the YouTube actually. I don't have it in the WhatsApp.
okay you gor na madewa lo kar ku lo ka jam.
Ela
Um
bagora ding ay, ela bagora ding do of plan ding do then ela
so
do
ki
kai.
elwel ko wati era dan de duk e chol de ngud jats e chi riak ko ran kredit nye we dier ke acha ya tinga chi kedwan ke ya kol daw ku pan jol de nga jang ku ke kerun ter ko wan to bai a ngi dier ke ne ke ker en ga ning din den wan jam ku le anto dakal juwa ana kuma palwal unden an chin mior yom so rane ne ka chi pyar yak ku ka chu tiun mia in the morning so our condolence en ka le ku ko ga duk especially ko ga nyarwen kaseten man daga yene chi ka piet lakini ga chi mu pin ka ra ja ju cha bo chin cool tuk gudu mane sade ko rinim zari yung lorot lakin chin de ba loyen so our condolences to the community of Duk achi biara na Duk wan chia randa ko country ku yoku jongle state ku yoku jiren yi Twi East ken Duk a jiren so I don't know ba din gina ba gurnam lakin ambe tung jatinga ba tingna man ba yin ba din de anen cha so sorry we're going down.
Nigeria jal tabin jin
Yeah.
yo tabin jin yo bungen wai dur kemaya angin ge yo kawo ki na pa na bun mabi to jien ga una bun makir man kwalwa tur kai du ngoro una bun kin to chare jar na chaya na chaya ga we ga pa na bun ga kelun lo ya bun man kwal mau bakara ni je ga ja dingam Bora jaya la jaya jaya wo ga ba na bu ja ke lu no ya bu na lu kwal ma wu makara ri je ke ja yin kam na na ya pyo ye na ji ya ja ta din yin pyo nya ta din yin pyo bu ma wa du ku ma ya ke nge yo ka ko ki di na pa na bu mo bi
Ayen what I can that the voice of uh, Randan Jipiariak, Dingu Jatun Chawe messages Chagaping. So a condolence in Kalu Gutuing. In Chukulora Ban Makedu Querkur. Thank you very much. Chamba Bene Kola.
You are very welcome.
Ayen. Am kini din to yang awuna ken yo in ban duot so buku ba ting ala ba choi la kin waju voice de chak ping ko chiri ya ka chibe token walk. So chukula koi ke duke ke duk nyarweng in particular that our condolences in awake on behalf of the Twi East community. Lost no wo dia ko wo jiren ko wo South Sudan ko wo jongle ku yoku koy ke yoku jieng so ngale cha brandin ju wan bu ngot ko lum dut pio so wo be cha cham ter dan yo wo cham am be ran tu nga ba ti la kin gna leng wo so you can jump in anytime ku wel ga nga dien kar ba wel kenen ka ba ga de wo ko dai ya ga tui ya ga ko bor wo ya ko ga duk wo jam ga kwan ga tui tin dan won chu were ga ko wo jam ku ye kula ye kula ideas chu ka ya lel wan ke ka kor bu ka tem bu ka translate it into something via action although na chu chak ba specific ke kenen ga kor bu loy wo no great minds here brother chul klen chen ko brother duot manyang duot brother maken kwer kor akoy they know what the idea the chen ben cái ngo lo en chuk a chi ideas a chi ke ta ter kwa chi ko lo bi ya kan ka wo ke ko ke dio kulo so yen ayo ku believe cái jam da ke ne abna ga ba ga lar bi alle ka we pa ne ti ya ko dai ku ne ngi idea du ni ko ba turn into action so wo ji jam de ter lakin tonight ka wo bi jam long when ke chi ta yo we la da le bi ya ke de ko ke chi wot wala bu ko ke tiek ka bu ko ke town ka bu ko ke degree wala bu ko ke anything ku kenen ga ji ko ri ni mal birande lwel ku lwel yen idea ken kon ta ku lwel ga da lakin nga gol hundu zadu go yi gol yen go yi to in primary school it was an idea secondary school an idea guri rande ji tiek idea jam ma tiek nyan yila so a chin dai cholo idea to e ke chata hundu kuno ku lo lo ko nim yen ka idea ka ke ka lo ke duo ko tinyu wer bu dil tem Dubai bu du pande ya bu du pande tu bu Dubai no as long be nang ge chol a tree ke chi be ya tinyu ti ai to ro chengalatin so why ko lor video video dan ba por man tio ko lo twen wo ko dai luoi cái video dan luoi cái share bu ko big ben chi be ya ko get tiro wala ko get diak lakin be more dai ko che dai ba e boping ku ken zara le binde dole bala yotin so thank you am video kana ba bay ku bu ku jagol And welcome back,
It
brothers.
was mute. It was mute, Binding, on my side. It sounded like Ken Ben.
Okay. So it was muted. I don't know.
It was
We're quite
playing on my
audience.
end.
Huh?
It was playing on my end.
Oh,
It was
okay.
playing.
Okay, good.
Was it Chol?
Yeah, it was playing on my end too.
All right. Kala buku be played ke we were taking a break about you. So buku ngot ke be played.
Okay.
So we chakeng mot ku we chakeng lor koi chi kon tuol empowering program ji man brother duot ku jela brother makin kwer. Welcome back again. Ku we chakale time dun chabe gam. Ran ji bene cool for the first time. Chol klen chenko. Inja lord brother ku inja mother ya. We chakale chan chaka time dun gam because ayo ku tinge ke tegi ko dai. We chakale chaka time dun chagam. Wo budai to. Khi en to man say che egulel ga brainstorming che interview so na che na ga ti jala ke kai bi jam na blo ke chi gairi binan ke ni ku lel tu ngu be ku ken lel e chok lakini I know when ideas will be ran ga the goal so I encourage you ata ke ken che lel ba ti ken ka be nyal ku ka bu ku lel che na conversation mi ke ka pan tok en ga lo ke about future den so neng dun yu kor be nyal ke be nyal anen ga luel ku neng ja ta chen ka ngalo ko mar ke lu en stop ku luel ga dun na chepin a pet ke luel ba do pin wo ko to pin kor ba gar ba ke ale kre the volume kaman bu ku ro te ga ka man anen ke de chlo be nyal yi ting ji pet ke ni ni ka chi che tong luel ma do ku er be no pin we cha ka lor now anang ran chỉ dit chào của lùi là riêng anang mit cái này cái lùi so dit neng đi chol go na lùi là neng ai chwe ke neng nyan din chol chan kwa neng anger lùi là cái nhiều cái gon là khi nào có chaya cái ai chwe chỉ ran ai chwe dit so chan tan cho lộc bên chiên của nghe ra vẫn chỉ còn dit truyền các cá trâu riêng ấy so anang mit ye riêng lùi na chỉ đèn truyền de twenye den ko gona tek loy yoga nger ko le yim lo bi non ku yoga chan bilo koro kok ben ko be yu wo ai pana daw ne pana tu ne chol daw ku kana wel le lo tem ye daw ye be chui so ye chol tit tung dan lit I don't know ye chol de tu ben wala tung ye ku chole ye bore chol nai na tin là ye coi có đục cái chol đau ya các bạn cái mấy chỗ y ngọc cái chol ya Iran pengen anu ani na le ka bajut tiram thio cái ni yung cái chol đau là kin cái an interest re đấy che đau cái nyir cái gon ye cái te luoi so na tin den cái te cái luoi qua lá den le tu cái luoi là cái go cái den cái liu so không muốn như cái te giá được ai chịu rồi về lôi cũng biết den đã bao tuổi em ya cái luoi bé te so an lo ga lo pyu lo de ku lo an ji twa ni jong dan dom ko ke so dia ga to pyu ku den de ba ya o la ki ni chan na kan an I am strong and good na da ke Facebook ke chu ting ya lo pyu a de pyu a la pin pan da na ti so wo chi gen de lo we pin ye tie ke lo a chu ka ting ku na kol chan dai ning ran ti ni chol diu in ma lo le dai la bai ten la pan de ngi luok to jita ta pingo le pan na tui so it seemed like few ado I just the buy aman ke lwel ku man te ya bu ko ko nwan ku lwel yung ye ko be ngor lwel ku few ado so kin go ke man say ko we ko dai ta de ta mun je be wasted yen yung yo le few ado ko ya du bai la kin anan ke lwel ku and I think I check a few twing few I just told. So what the na ba den ga ko li na ci go ga na kar ba ko we ba ga ber man ye ci go ga ci ka cin be ko lel ni twen ci lo wo ci a jam ku yen ka ju ja ci ke lel ka ju ka twi yit le ben twi pa na jar tin ku yo bi twi bi loy tonight wo ba jam ideas to do with the resources now between tiek loy by ke be kang be tiek loy be yo no now between be jot ke be jot ngo ko ga che jot ba so we ko dai ko to den ga ko ne ga chi ke loy with the ideas ko chi ke turn into things we die ma ke queer the centerpiece global village it was an idea in 85 $385 and get a Golian thing idea like that if now you run $385 dollars ke kalabia lip ke tier in a year kalabia 100,000 to yoka get tier yogurt in 1 year. That was the idea. So I believe brother Makedakur queer kur and within now idea thin in guitar nang you could choke tree karaga bi pandi the tree. So ken nga de wa jam we na wa ja gol tueng nong brother chul clay clay ni chanko kwa mlo nong brother duor manyang bala nong ma ke queer en ga de wa chatin ku yena kar ela aleng so le ba interrupted ku wel ku in the middle ten brother chul ban cholin chalor a good chuba mat tonight kun chalwela ka chu goge na yu chu goge gi le ba in pol ba ko ku wa la ting lakini akin go in ngin gi na ti man ku la we know twin dan ji tie ge na ngi ku ye na chi du ba pa ne ko wo ngi ku te le ke le bro loy yeah so yo go go mi ko ba de mi ko I don't think ye ge twi ke or cha ya jing za na cho cái ya chwal chi jing cái chi be ya jing wala ne wa tung ye ko le jing ke actually I che jing a pet because elwel na chala rom ina lui chi rom ke ga ya lui like ti chen ga be dietin lakin wo dia ko we tie e ko le na chi ti du ba ga ni ko what the consequence so in before bi wa ideas bu ko bi wo ka discuss in brother chol ga le yong yi jo ting man twin di ti jo tie to ken mangala ko ga to pa ni chol min kaman aneng rani chelwel gulen nengi chol akakuma like sanda bi yig bene tui bene marnum tin ku bi tui bi jogap ke sanda kene cheloy na ye yinin chol yi yore ke jogo mani ma de twin di ne be ko mani to know be ko mani ma de
Thank you, Pianka Anime. In challenge, brother Pending, ku brother Make Queer, ku Jaladur Manyang. We coach Ben ne diakol, which I legia, which I mod, and which I welcome. Baggage Ben a showdown, a jacola. Question appear ready. Ambulatory question. Anang kajwi chan ko be jam tin because chike bear nin twenga kulwar and die shoko sometime kulia kaya be lo we but bear it 3 times sometime ko ba ping yung okul wil ngeke watch it yai ku la ba biria so lekin akin gogi yen ke kele ba wil kene de ngur ko twen ko ko jaler ba kin one thing na jot ku kama ke jor wa ke kole tenengen te gay wo ke lo ken ke pin long twino ke ko ja bo ke pe ke chiran yo ko le bar ki ana idea chirgen lel nang 2002 on ko ja ben Nairobi ke jeng ben bu ko joro ti yen ku le pa ne Sudan so ekena chen bu ko be loy we have to learn from ke chiran de loy ku jot ku lo ku loy ku e kul jamen we need to brainstorm about the action plan because where ku chilwel ku wan ten ka chiro log loy and action e jam louder than the speech in lwel le balwel am bekene lo kuna chiro jot baloy ka chiro lo so clear ganen chol ke alwel kin we need to start the work jama chitok jama chukulwel nin ka work or bugul boy gol yene ke important in our work because generation to kind of work it we are left with about 20 years of usefulness otherwise after that time ka chin ke bro le na work tani kuna la generation mi ko le ben mia ke won che brother ding well yen ga bia yi because a chi bia jang ka che big ya twe a bia black american or a bia black people ke south sudanese that will be their title kana ya na ting ko mis ga twi we need to start the work then ba martin to start the work I think pa ne lui develop in term of donation ekena ko bu nya ka ko yi pan ye donation jalu devolve a chero loy na lu ku wabu ayo man ko pan tu chi lu devolve ebran chi mapket kuran chi dur manyang kuran chi rin ku gan ku koy kok buku business plan buku taw into the action that okay pan tu ko bogaw what are we going to do bene pan tu gaw bogaw non wala bogaw zingi bogaw tu wala bogaw ngo e ka ka ya tinga important na work business plan is important in any strategic planning ko ba loy na ku yo ba la loy ku ba ken ba yo no ka chero lew so yeah gol again ku again registration of golku what is the twi che gam that wobenang center wobenang pan twi wobenang town da ko mi the twi we start registration immediately and anchirin cha cha ka pe na ne ran yene bet in dom to ke kan ready and chan ba ke le ba lo contribute I'm very pleased starting January started the Kolwar Kulela Kapia Dunga 1,000 a year. Yes, 1,000 actually a lot of money. Tieni Chulwell 1,000 actually a lot of money. I went in court and I walk out of here. I don't reach in a walk. Era and program bela loye kene na walk. Assuming a kulu one and watch it 10,000 1,000. A chenga you one and get you 1,000 people. That is a million. Kuna alwel ku okay jot ku kule bugula yen ran bela lo ki ran to Africa ko ki to yep yo wonte kera na ki lo bela lo trust me so it need a lot of sacrifice barakon gam so ti atien kin yin ding assuming a cool watch ki 1,000 people are chu ke yo ke mis ke tui kulo ke wa kor pa tui la lo e ka bi kon gam ke den e lo ke whereby ambijal ki again and gam with the bacon bela lo makeda bijal ku gam with the bacon la lo duwara bijal ku gam with the bacon la lo rinke so ekede and then we set up a business proposal that young bugula loy ben way goal center like akuma winchilwel I agree with it lakini achile bijala loy gorgo tiow ko bi loy woni zingi ko bi loy woni tu we are blessed for him is the panitwi kupinda blessed even though ya bora ye yo ananga dong to kana work a clay soil ali bin chirka tu bale balum ku jari China ku logo wal tu ku yiyen ko the cheapest price possible ku le ran bana bi tu ku yo ngiro lo ku ji town cha created so aya alwel ku le mat ko chin ku gol ku tubda bugu tu bugu lo loy e loko yene santa ben wo yitin ku ena bu tuba ba wo dora bu tuba ba wo at this price possible that actually to be no youthing because ekada e chirkada so na chugu jingmia chugu toga ka bugu ba wo ko so by I do develop by entrepreneurs actually government in by lo develop any town lo develop ban entrepreneurs ke kai lo and I and chi da mana cha ler lekin ya tingen kana ya lo ga ready to follow the idea of that word that ran bana you when the ku wala twen loy so registration nge kin martin wa lekin ya lo registration abal ku wala twen na chu 1000 dot ku waji ku gol ran blog ban chien a blog ban chien then ba martin ban ko na chu 1000 people chu ga you then kran blog we have to pay him the way yen we paid in so na ran there for US or Canada or Australia ku yen bo wala loy ka lo ko ke ye wo ga diga yi ka dong war then we pay that person the same rate and we paid in can keep you bla dia mi akulu okay until on the one and I'm working for the benefit of others while they still enjoying their life somewhere there ka ka ya ga ting ai ideas ka bu ga share ku an be jamale ti chen da man ben we ta ga le
ayen in challenge ya brother chul clay a great idea man da yen wo ji jam chi ba sare jam na sare lo ku lo gol bu ngerin ga garpin ku yokudo can be walk to tin bit fi no martin ben kon ni tin bu la loy am jo du chi no ngin ku wa du ne chaping apet am lo nong ban dur manyang brother duot long ku ne alu le chi go ke ken follow on that and then ki alu le ga man ku le yen UN accord with tiek loy UN abit tiek loy tieng chiriak te pa na twi nang wari chi brother chol yilo le chin pa le yo loy donation we know what who is UN anyway so what they were quite to TV you know then what got part of the UN can the UN will go yoga a donation you ko chin lo le UN abit tiek lo so part of chi go ga ja tu cha nang an yo ba lo le pa ndi lo UN abit tiek lo ke dengo yo ku ba kor kam so long to ngachi gogej. Now come back to the UN idea in banya duot apart from gachugalwel this idea of UN mobile la loy kan yu UN nga bu pan thi ga pen
First in challenge brother ding grang bul no loy commitment jagam elon pit chani le anchi brother chol declare acha le ne point can chi galwel ku join chen work join in this topic ban make the queer ko ni konta I one of the former chairman the one of the big community here in the US ku ka den ka pil ke lo ke development and an jamon yin sometime I get some ideas from him ko jam we chakle ko chan yar be bene platform could be his ideas because the last but your question is my condolences to koi ke jongle particular unyarwing wood palwal ne ria ki panaria era andida koi pananda ni wo dia enjoy wo dia dia pia dia cha kenal balwel ke riang da wo dia ko koi ke jongle ku nyarwing ko koi ke du ku koi ke twi ai ra rinda I believe now I buy cái chặt din de the buy so cái này là bảo là nó long the UN what quite West we know chứ mình chỉ là exactly we know who is UN này có biết coi có nghe business institution chứ mình đây non-profit organization đâu có lối although I just cái big umbrella cái đừng cái dit ôi lui contribution whether nghĩ ra nó lấy chính cái tax your pay to the government ku den ke le government gam UN ka won wala betotin ye won yalla betotin won la jan Australia totin won jan Canada totin a good ko to buy resources ko ge ko way ay ga la kwal ko wo je ke ku ngoro ke mi ko tin resources ko want to buy. That's it basically in the UN the day you I go you like that. Do I think a little by you? No. Chile broloy kana loy ke kuna chi wu ke bajin chi yen kam ya ko chi ke yen ku chi to ka jet chi ma wa chi ko ben mol ke ne ko mi da mol ke ne e che UN e chi bela bit but I to UN I chi disaster chi ke ting. But then never went there. I didn't feel organization Louis Kelo, but I can bella. Command geographical talk are different. Kilo road many Europe compared to Gam UN K to Gamuka Koikok, Achito, Achi Nintum, or respond Achi Nintum. So I actually where the well work quite over the opportunity to okay. Bulele you and that little panda. No, I don't believe the below because you and can I quite okay quite then I business but I lose run let on live because I like can I see budget there to kind of get any time I chin chato ten it's good I will keep it loy get the other living ni la but I chill live run la you never know you will be you and loy run cock I chill live run loy so I chai gum to you and live quite coin live by loy. And I agree for you in the center. I think I'm going to get better into that. I will what call me at Kulu city, Kitty town. Chimane ko lubu cha no ke new fanya go whether you know in a my contribute idea by that. But I see my invest your time into side to woman ku yung lubu lew. Cause center like town. City got the town. Good town is a lower part of the city. Good town a bit the village. So in a city about you get village. Because I live like you get small town where big chicken chicho well be a gerano. We make by then a level well because make a chick. I believe I think the chicken and other their own machine in a kind of war window. I think what the cake. So I good mind people the to him and market can I level coin. Coin engineers to community, I level coin. I level soil and level survey, coin contact, coin the leadership, who coin well funded. So I agam accord be our take ownership of it. Kichiguchi well registration, yes, a core goal. Can I work at all a volunteer group? Within them go make way part of that group respond one relief we contribute we part we to now little group buku ben ke group chi volunteer let's say ku yellow road ku ke we take this over gam 1,000 or 500 and then let committed ku loku few ki yo ti ga bu loy ku bu ko wo yo de ka pit now little bay fire big ya join in ku de ku dialogue ban na leke bless ku leke loy ke good na leke lum ku yin ko big think tank group big town big sign ke part of the good thing too because actually be one group lum ke the other group live can ko collective effort be loy yun ba ko ke totin ban ba ko ke totin ko ke diaspora ko big totin and then contribution a little bit in can be topping then ben okay long term can I tell you committed to it ke baka ya commit to the end ben be with it so long in ka well so kun I can fiction to go you will kin go I like I can actually I like that name that fiction good a deep can Africa we think that na then we ben the action is right now ko kwaja lui motivate ku lui join in na le ri hak ba den ku le to go ri ko ba we de ga li ji ba yum ko ji ga kra be na bam ku lo ngai ku de so that kind of fiction man ko ko bit down into reality in the an brother John yar you know I ja ko registration loy that dialogue will be a work will lane na to commit to team bay ku kind of gol ko wolo recruitment twi I think a very strong community ku kala big center de loy ku kala big loy partner ya kana koy ko ku loy centers tio ku kana le ko coin in the long run so in ke kala ba
Hey, and in Jalej, brother Duot, it is true, Chirande, Chol UN, and I don't think UN can build Kididun Mijola Twin. UN awake, I Konya Sati, Lakin, something Bijoto into the future, actually be UN, actually be you. Akachile biya de chakula goge, kena ning rani ya buy into manega UN and a bit tigla loy. Frankly, a little bit young then and in get digital pay 1 year level lakin community actually exists for 5 years. Community of the law. So work or something durable, but I'm not bored with a chol go to cook can a lew to loy. In your leg, I'm do cheer and away, and then go in a volunteer group and then about a teaching and get chalk registration. A band do non brother chol. Lakin wabla man tio nong ben ma ke queer you know into pani into to what is the state name and you know mar chang
Until
ben
Missouri.
Missouri.
Hmm.
Now is there an image to man tio kana on ngor Missouri ka kin ben ga state chi yu ne ga marat kurangang neng chino konting how it was like in neng image to about Missouri ka land about.
Yeah, there's several images. You just have to go and look exactly beaming your car, but missing you batting from street to street. Let's say
Yeah.
1945 to now, you can be able to compare. The differences can I so can I
Mm.
it's possible. Yeah.
Possible. Look, I want to take you back before Barney teach back in 2009. Kayin and learn doing and she human theory into centerpiece. It was just grass and known chill but lakini be sura kemla be motong the Cajun tinmana ka kala ben different so le tin kuna ni tikir Missouri it will be hard chan baran yo kulwele wan ngod powell ka wangulei ka palya wan ngod ka ken go yinde ka chiralo sura de ka chiranda chelo bay ka ko time chamo yo kor lakini anga ti mo ke ko man tyo kulwele wan ngod send a peace village ka ken you uh, hold on it de ka de bay very soon uh, and I'm a pure chan chu in bay cool ka yin example the ki gol ke tak ke nim tiowan cherun ju lo la kina ko run tiowan ke takabach kula ti chin ke to tin la nyot kuna wa chia ke de I trust and I chai lwela ka man you one of the uh, I can well man tio parana ka ke ne ke chola ke chola oligar I Russian business people ko ju kwet ke ga nan kan ke ga chi Chelsea chi go ya ran fans de ngade the football Iran supporting Chelsea ke Chelsea man to on sale in a all way okay one of the rich people in Russia and got watch I'm not saying Makedo Kura one of the rich people in Twi but I believe he will be so banya alwele yin rich with ideas Quran ideas ngan ngi loy e ko dunwan jalo nga chok wati what ka ju ja chu ko lwele teno ka chi lwele bran we wa yo 1000 a year ku ka ju ko ka chu ko lwele believe nga ja ke ya ping lakini aya yo dil nan ki jidit le ba le walk what is that a small idea to kan yin chi man ko ngol in center piece nanga dom twi ko man tyo kale bi twi turn into something le bi twi choneng den chi le ba pol neng anything le ba jwa ka kwon ki tin kor chan ka di da ko popio
yen dengrang in chamot chol clay nice to meet you ke kon you in can counting so all mar waiting dor manyang in nyai so we jam sometime weekend nga na busy because nge tay ko ga la yap but one china be chol on the side could teach and if I can be able to allocate time chabeti war chabela ka de from ka bela tin gole gwa tije yinga to tin gole yidu ku ja chul gwalel ke yen al ba ben ku ba wedi ba belwel can for full disclosure sometime pial be the whole thing can bring can we key responsible organization ko yes a few years ago a few months ago do I take all landing volunteer group when ya ga tiji ka emergency that will be na adin wala ai lo ya adin so on chalu adin chipi gule langkor kene ku to kene na ka gam ke ku bi ke long there lo ke so for a full go achi guru when your decision lo from behind the scene or ki chicken so even chipi da call will think that ke am ke just can I just for the full disclosure nga ka ba konta wa bi yawen yen ekipia red uh, cha forum to within gene cha created ideas are human coach coach I rutia ku big creating koi you get an ideas come an idea they have to marriage idea the chicken marriage and then got be other ideas are big produced I don't want for the first time tell kawajat talk satellite to the orbit a group of students in England chilo jo ba the batin and ke latin so in the process I think of the equal let calculate uh, kadang to talk kadang to take a satellite in let look calculate go calculate go kiyo go around the equal either possibility lebe satellite lebe calculation low from town and tin kene ku bit to pin lebe yo go let try so they did some math who got added some indicator whereby they can be able to show that is actually go pinpoint that idea yinga ki cho GPS today yinga che diet that is why I allow Australia call I just asked to address within go ala bageretene the idea ala diet yo ku ga lo our conversation so aboro to gonna wo ga call ale be aboro le be ke le bi krawade ale be diet ke le bi ko le bi ke be lui benefit in years to come so akene in chale e chan cha en cha chol yen ti a tiengen kalwel weti ke kai possible te wene chan che ke chan chen ke idea to ke cha prepare an no chan an ku ke be an tin so yani you are taking note ku log ya jo ja ti an tingal bu lo tin ja log lo map out yen ki choi bai yen ke yaran kura yiran ku cha bai loy ka bai yen ke ya miel yen ke ya influence chana de miel ki le ba ko influence kura den a de influence ke idea kon kor ke ka ai tek so ka ke ai ka to ben long da bor bai long da bor I think kichira lo already ku che lo be jal ka the possibility le bela du chen chan ka wan lui piu lui ka cause chan be where be tiang ba bor be ben a jog road lake Victoria kumen jore lake Victoria ken war for the last 2 years toinda anto wen toinda actually almost actually quadruple yen suit. So basically that mean ke en manatik ke pan twito to twiga tinben I lu wer chali. So I are part of the suit swamp. So can it so we don't know for sure. Non you can road alloy after every 5 years or after every 10 years. So teacher will manan kulel go bye a buku tie ko buku yi. Okay, we are just talking at last ganyan, but we are not trying to treat the problem. Which can be then solution because we are actually treating a problem. Yen can in a better loy. Jam the up in length because it can be can braloy. I think few question ko buku tiro ko ko it can braloy di. Who can I be start with the simple question of what can we do? How can we do it? Who will do it? And why are we doing it? So question ka ku get the and then get the chances of getting the right result very high. So the fair thing. So kicho yam the buy eben can financial sacrifice. Kichi when kicho luele a chen pa ni a charity. One of the problem in talking workman in Louis work face is that ayuku lwe kwa de koi win ke bi charity agam kwa de koi win bi charity are used, but it doesn't have to be that way. We can create a win-win situation whereby then koi resources generated could those resources later will to support what is being done but without consuming a resources kaka. So I will law by George Tian come on, serious question ka well program when chike weti lwel ken ale bralew bara ko ba bar ko ma alwele anko ke chi 1000 people ka 1000 people ale bagayo but 1000 people ka ako bigro commit for a duration run ke di not just ruanto that mean every year for the next 5 years imbali babayo but also make a second commitment kulwel every month ambamia bayo on the side. So, to low yin ya, in 5 years, kin Louis about 5 million raise, $5 million. In 6 years of the 100 contribution, kin Louis another additional $6 million alloy raise. That is a total of about $1 million kuto US dollars. Million to US dollars alloy kajwit. Now, patriotism or nearby it cannot cut the deal. You have to sweeten up the deal. Yes, your deal is sweeten up kept. Here 1,000 people ka community of Ben Kuluro commit in principle. Kulele 1,000 people ka ye long bala auken abira na yen kichi 100 acres of land. And that is argument bala le ko kulele yen kene achilu buy but a loy mis kwaya. So yin imida 100 acres bini yin title the community. And the community is getting 11 million in return. So it's not like the community is losing. So actually birana lokule yung ngadi yung pinyen koili. So ki lawyer ki 5 million ke abi ko binga infrastructure binga watch infrastructure yung era joga kaka tiek era joga kaka luai yi fuel depot. So alu elele kul kula yindeng garang 100 acre ku in part of the program. Okay, blood toke imiti land. That means tractors are out 10 already. I part of 1,000 chwargan. That means kadang yard tankri yard achira tao tin 10. Kawun ka machin wun ka wan tube achira tao tin 10 ada un kon bayi kala bayi. But ka achita for free. What we are doing is to lower the cost for you so that alal tractor bala juri kinchi any farmer in Australia or in Iowa It's not going to cost you. Chanka, part of 5,000 ka, you get subsidy in a yellow. So a car I chicalu on, but you can buy the services. Kichi 11 million when I will can we are raising almost kichi about $100,000 every month. $100,000 every month. Yinga insecurity stabilize. Yinga yin koi pay. So will bend on the monthly basis. So that means lawyer law taking any interruption braloy. So turning a injola Louis negotiation when either a kuma or a government or a community. Kula kuma lula kuma in two choices. Is either bacha bev kinto wente the dan kena chi an yin ga dan. Abaga lum ko abaga haya ku aba patrolling alo ko abe alu listen to me or buy an yin patun. Patun kene aban subsidy ba alo either ye chama ba hoy cake or ye mad in ba diti then mad cha kuma yin cake e chan go loira loy chan ki ko jan yin junub Sudan e ki yelo bekan lui for free kura chi ko lui for free and then gini ko ja hold accountable. Now panti ye panto ga ryo jita ban kuma ne panto ga ryo jikene for jenkin chicken liberal loy in 3 series. First e ba cha be winto ke ko re ka ba ko la ta ko wutiti a ja ta ko wutiti a kai a chi no only big pin tit e big ni ko wini cha area e bing itene e te chi nyoy a che te be to ga i fadi kurade ko lorot we da ye ko lorot long the Bor County or ye ko lorot tweet or ye ko lorot dugutiti ka le big le to kulul we ka de ki ra loy so ken tiet ke titi so ati ke titi ka le big a lot wal ku genge ken no. So I ko I win ben ke de ke big bear yo ku chi ke lui succeed e ka lui give up. So ken yinga kor in phase 1. Phase 2 e by infrastructure batauti by donkey baga we healthy by yik facilities ge yimu sai pa ku yi school ti ge baga we yik. Phase 3 e whereby jo ko win ke luai ka bi ke jo lui move in kura ko ga luai ka chi kurba lui depend on Twi alone. Actually akor believe. And actually to be sincere e tai dan communities ko even abram war wo luai ben wo ben gol to dung dar bla gornwe abram war wo luai ko wen cho lon wen be implemented go chin aware abram weren ko. So you start open it up to everybody. So a chakam chala bena tuoro wala chala ben ngoki kulul be belu yikin ki cha belu kini inga bi population inga ben par inga ben doi par. So tene inga chi lakini employment kina binga jo alo rode chimen 1,000 kina binga de workers ke. They say de 1,000 ku kurana ben adeng 10 workers ke 10,000 ran again. 10,000 rand. So I think killing a check a core even because mobilize could bucket quite a ben kept pay. So long I can't jam how what can we do? How can we do it? And who can do it? I take a look when can we do it? Can engage your Louis depend can how organized the society is. And I think it can from the job and key. One of the things you want to know your key. Work in a direction as a society. Just any society, the South Sudan, Twi is not alone. Muchakal is Louis communities get engaged, Louis engage as well. Because even when basic thing I choose Louis agree. Even when just book really Twi there were almost 1 million question of answer of what Twi is. Cooking ngari ko ni man what version of Twi ko you know cooking a lu a pack ahead. Kuke ko buru ta teach clearly. Today there's certain version of Twi in more popular than the other. But I teach him and your cooler. Kulil kara, will you be comfortable but cook Twi cooler? I answer do to no. Then there's something need to be changed. I answer is yes. Then I think we are maybe in the right track. Let continue go. So kake ke kai kato. Aden ke choi mo Italian cha kon on the rule of 80-20. That is 80% of the cost. Era jog 80% of the outcome. Era jog from 20% of the cost. For example, a law majority society disturbed. Okay, less than 20% of crime committed. 80% of the budget yoku located for crime, let's say in Australia or in the US, I can spend by crime committed by 20% of the criminal, of the 100% of the criminal. Yen ketande a law could one choy team. 80% of the fruit yoku cham. I went from 20% team. 80% profit yoku enjoy. I been from 20% of our customers yokaloy. So ekake I ka kor bugangi. One of the things you work weekend ayokulel ku yen a che ki chiran ben gam ka chira blew. What the 100% mentality. But I think society been 100%. Now, I did 20% of Twi that have a good intention, a core door, a core babala twin. But I can weigh in this 20% in link. Could the output kayaka gam out. Are effective because it's not working together. Like in a core about 20% low again. Eka lose 80% of the social problem told no way society ka lose solve. But how do you bring them together? Yeneke Michela. Even when administration get mentor in different areas, at all on a different page, you know. At the daman chi ko ya tembe behind the scene, big thing, not that the bigger priorities can talk together, but it okay a little bit difficult. Ka when energy la suck out of us, ke ka yo ko lum ka when you are so emotional, ke ka yo ko lum. For example, the example about Lain Laura 4 years ago on Chris State, chicken pooping. It one of the things you tour on, and I talked with some of my friends. This idea, solution, three problem. Lakin ki aleko on I maybe all we focus so much on to be kang rota tagin to thing along the. A good thing from how are we going to be productive is more about to take what you read bring a law on the top. Kakanga ko liu chan nga bu de ala ti tinde an chi be ammonia. That was psychological behind. But ye dominate Louis Carrota can rot doesn't mean guajo tige koi one koi ko ke nge ke tio ke ya. Well instead bukula Louis focus kaye ko mon yung chu Louis focus of creating our own thing. You know, creating our own thing ye kichimu e kichiku when chukulu yelitene. Now, ping when I lay can I keep lot okay empty land. If the 100,000 acres can the towen bupur laman bupur produce laman bukwacham then kekijang kekijaloidin into the food security I just saw a Junub Sudan 100%. Kuye be abi ya tij bare ngulel ka yet no ya jenen kene kalel ka pani choy twi kara twi identity do wan in koy we tar chare ken kiro go selman by itself ke chiranda jala god ko chiranda jala chira so I think a way of doing things the hard way when there's a simple way of doing things, you know. So kene yene ke klaba loyal del braloy kaman in ding I like I chance you nyari chan to share my thought a little bit deeper Kedeng by compromise for very long. Problem to ajo there in Irunki, but I get do joke over 30 years, whereby we just dwell on so Kathy in tune, could you a lot of energy joke tautin, could with the mentality of zero sum game like a math betarping. I keep torping and then we don't have to stop. We can't even start something new. Kene yangato. Kukuira loy, anyar community do. Whether Iran do, or Iran Twi, or Iran bor, if the Chinan key concrete braloy in this generation, that idea the Twi Kubor is more likely going to die. And why it's going to die is because by actually dissolve population to China, achira bedo Chien. Lakin ade ka serious loy ke ka won le buka attach tonga mi ka kudeti chimi rachera yi Chien ti, that is how you attract people home. I would wish milkien ga dakin ga nyan ke nyin ka big lo bipin to ke secure ba la le ko lel ken nga choy pa bi bu lo bu ala produmi ku le tractor dun kigen. I would love to do that. Ku germen the tweet or around the world is also happy to do that. Ki en mikila men kan a ko ji chot in so many fraud. Many ger ki gam ke woni jingen wen mai a chiliu. A mai wen e kule a che cha ko pe ga ru ke wen a chwet ku wen ni ku lo che kwal between way, is a check according is a very tough situation. Koi winter ke koi ngwen ko ke to a tira an kala ay yen ha is a good idea, is a good idea. Ko wo ko chide a good culture wo to ye wo different culture chu adapted. If I don't cook in a beloy, who you thought here could do. We better book you thought you could do. I think you fail what you change can I belu. We have to start the strategy. That is how we think. Okay, Lakin can I you can go to any serious office. The coin went for many of Sudan. Well, I you welcome to you chicken. Well, I good idea. People will work on it. Although the minute being you are tired of doing it, are you telephone? Nobody even pick a call. So what can you do about it? So I challenges ke lu face. And that is the thing when you agree when ran chichol. If you have a capability in being $11 million leba created in a duration of 5 years with the contribution then you have a capability but serious mind leba higher. Kulel ke porjen kene abakala supervise. And part of the condition libi community libi gam kulel ke chan be porjen chicken be loy in the community e big chin control over it. E be koi when ke you go ka be treated as just a private venture. Kulel kene to be near loy team yeneka. So akene yeneke my 5 cents I didn't kichi dong chien and then kalaba jobati.
And Yinchi a great sort of a plant, cha baitena. Yincha leyaret, yimbangot ki la tijare lakin inche when I will ana boda de ko ko ba lo ya manan jalo ga gar ko lakin in chi tul chra ne 1 month cha tul ki lo yere so ki jalo in 5 minutes pe piare da lakin anga yini pe chamba lo ke le jo piare da in chu le ki tin ko ro ba la tin lakin yi long dit cha le wo ko cha mit piare ko diet and ko ngi cho ga ideas ko wate ban chol ko ambela benong duot inji jam ke registration one manega government yo now I know one akunim kwa market na so one akunum pan to in Canada one akunum pan to duot tin ku kan akunum de town tin de ya kan make so that registration gonna ye kar ba dere pet ye yang akabe registration ngabe lawyer akunim ko wala neng sort of organization you court bro registered can be lawyer.
Thank you. A good question. Ku idea yan registration cholo rorkin. Ake ban ke Twi to ranto ke gatin registration law. We take it as a private enterprise. Kuwenche market well, because when we do everything in a voluntary basis, around in 2000 I live gam because you can chingle kunye. Lekin kwa with the Twi and business minded people to why you already. That 20% when you will can do a great job whereby create a city. Most of the cities for America, for US, Australia, ake chike loike government, ake loike by actually entrepreneurs. For example, city Winnipeg, one of the oldest city in Chicago. Kuan loyene, because in a river na yen ko jaltine river, with US. Kukayene ko won kor pause ake chatin can be the trading law go go Winnipeg established key business center then. So ko can book pan Twi book jar ko nyal, we need to, it doesn't matter the art of the center but Twi no, it can be a commercial town but a pan Twi that will create job for Miss Twi a little bit poor ben kanane ran Robert yan chien ka chin penat because of why you gonna date. So registration it doesn't need bank, because akunumda ke non-for-profit is becoming political in the sense that na cha kudunyar ke na chila one you kwa chapi. But na a business mentality, then you look at the benefit. What profit will you get? Even though the chaganta want to do it command road, kukanya number 1,000 about you're out of 1,000 here. There's no way to ban a man because of yena. So we need to shift our mentality away from free things and then create our own, stuff. Panatria nangi pindi na puren, you can actually create kidenichal inaba nyum alaba pur, ilaba tompi alaba purchen, ilaba sunflower alaba pur. You can create even oil manufacturing facilities panatri. Then you actually bringing people back to Abuchian, because Abuba yochir Nakuru, Kukachir Gulu, Kukachir Aruo. So what will prevent them actually to come back to their land? So kene appears biako when ke gam people loy ke keden ke panatwi look established that making a big loy. And one thing I can say, the Chin foundation you created. You don't destroy that foundation, foundation to be created. It doesn't work that way. What I'm trying to say that Anang group to reform, that Anang is enough people that anybody who want to join can be part of it, and then they can leverage that group and then change the direction to change Kegam. So with him and I Anang group talk, I like the idea, why don't I join? And then we say, okay, guys, instead of having a mentality of helping people, okay, not for profit, why don't we change it into an enterprise that will allow panetry? Now, will security cool. Even though Chamer one with the kind of a and then I can farm maybe about 2,000 hectares. And then actually so idea we're looking, let's take it to a business perspective. Let's do it here when be motivated. You have to smooth the talk the people, because now they're 1,000. You will say, why do you want it? What am I gonna get from it? Young Braloyan. Lekin alwega 1,000 loyikin in 5 years, this is what you're gonna benefit from it, then people will buy into the idea. So kito ken again pelku lul ku ka be banke Twi a big law because I chiro pinke banke Twi that kape. So if we put it under hand of banke Twi, we're not gonna do anything. So let's own the idea around Korean key business perspective of Ben. Ran yaren key na nagadi and koblo chuma na cool. I don't like it every time yala by in logoreri team chok utachiria kam yaga be but nana center down to get panetry. You go for your vacation, you take your kids. Mitiala bagala ra jambe cool man we wanna go to Africa. Lekin bagala leno keep panetry to. Che Uganda and panetry this one and thing no a panetry. Can I take them to the village? No. So can API na work to have to actually think about ourselves in first that and then all benefit abrand benefit jalager. If we create a job for about 1,000 people, ekole, panetry, then those 1,000 people will not go to another city to look for a job. So kapanetry chadi for katown at Benyal, where do you idea to can that I'm actually alluding to the organization that we can actually mobilize it and we can actually model it to become a program that in Korku to be relew. So can you get idea to can again? We get annual registration of all. I hope you ping.
In Japan, red. Which is a great idea. You know, free of charge. Chilo twin. We ga yer ngai lu be kwan chi bil be ben ku wer pinya cham de de be lo la ki na ne ke an ngai yu tin ga yin ja ni ra ne da ku le yongu ki kor lo because ngai nang shit the tin so where do I just ping it now I'm be lo nong ban duot so this power quite I this conversation I got because of group which all the Twi community volunteer support group which are lawyer brother that you all do it manyang in got taken who got chial there are 250 people. I think more than that man theo in get be idea chana will call panagori gel ka punanga le chi lo gel panagor bo polben kadan ga twi be beto that's a get go conversation that go go one yen. So in Japan ka chi brother chol chi galwelin when what when I chok make the queer. The question now is you in a volunteer group, can that be the group in the starting point? Because already money in a quarter of core cake 1,000 that's 250 is a quarter. Your group can kill if you go pial in a group down be or idea can be a large to start the foundation. I believe quite a cake bill ping and modern.
Yes, Kitwin with the Makil have a very good mind person. A community dog, I late, but tuck a tuck a pit, I agree with him 100%. I think quite you keeping live future, the live program, and you learn ancient business background. Ideas, but now I'm doing my MBA. Actually, business is one of the things that could get you. So Tishima Keza Fremtin, excellent. Quite think a little bit around, could you want I queen the community by 1,000 you will buy a loy. But now Tishima Keza town, you know, we contribute 5,000 a year, 5 years. But I'm still actually gaining the learn too. And I'm a ownership of the learn in the within that. And then research, we are you learn you the same thing to brother Chol. Have a good mind. Could take out in be action lawyer now. Registration lawyer ko frame down be our open. And they are groom to. Groom quite a tweet or okay volunteer 250 rand group messenger 250 rand direction so na chira na ba ja ke le bra ne ku ka chin technology the that IT person but we expanded but 250 ran a jor ko I believe ke ka cha to today it otherwise maybe re ko kilo like behind where chin ka doing like more of the credit aya yin ke because this for anche ban the community ku anche ban den but mi ke twi ben ko dir ku ko ban ku ko jipi from Australia include Africa ko I contribute to Africa Liban I was very honored because you chỉ cần cái in thing cái in leadership background between each all ko I will can you without even me talking to them kira chắc question yung le no can respond actually impact the loy was good more than 10,000 I took raise ko ka loy 13 more than 10,000 I took allocate to different things but main goal e bugu panda wan pan the chot panya go because bichi pale completely ku bi tin yo ku gam ya bi ko ja la bu piol cha wa ko to e na de tin chi gam ko ja la ko jem ga mi ko ga ke ne be e ko mu piol ke mo de be group ke ne we ji ni de ngi lu contributing ma ke lu contributing group rin good number ko ji da nge ke good number of them I college graduate kwa ting a den go live kwa lo ka ji ko community ko ay ko gam ke ci ko lel kuy because I cannot assume le bëgg ben ga dia won ci lo ke quarter na gam ko ga dia ku lel ko wati let's turn this to center town bu ko loy ku loy commitment ku bu ko 1000 bu ko ya yo bu ko ya jam we are free from politics ke ci ko ne ma ke lel ken yes and a very conservative ke tu ya lo tu ci ne ya da dinka de to the word dinka but that is na ina chol ko wow how that gonna help me yung bi jo lu and ya lo re and lo le ku ba ya complain all the time ke ya chi lu that instead ba lo you ndi dar ba jo be pingra ba be chol ndi ni ba be chol rin ko ke ka ke ga ko bo ga stay away from it ku bu ting yung actually bu contribute ko generation to because in next 10 to 20 years we in the Jidan talking to walk a good enough profit quanto to they will not move. I think about because I'm going exhausted. I think idea to contribute at the same idea they where I think one team Ruben Mayen we actually change the purpose, we change our organization to one group. One group along either damage in chicken loy or in chicken loy, I'm yaga in the group, I'm yaga in a group, but I think there are a till 20 years ago. You can't bend to 5 years. So now we need to think energy to do gonna work. What could we do for generation? How could we actually help the community? How could we actually help ourselves? Instead, we all when they end up sometime catching the droughting. I can't wait. It just in Luyam and I check Jala watching learn, watching till the book business the book battle. Because I think take on the book you buy you do attack, could you buy in there? Very young lawyer. You have to batak kien, could behind the scene, could you lawyer, could you near groom the volunteer can a tweet. Some people keep talking, they don't even know can loiku. I can come back live or walking come back live with you know, one or you can. We're doing it behind the scene. Work that the ideas, but I have job long have been. So I quite it. Kuna gam ke the chicken well can ideas are different from ideas kilo I relieve but na gam ke ideas chicken let create the group ke better lawyer pinaki ku engineers pull out ku leaders pull out ku business people pull out ku recruit into this ku leadership the chow can we need the leadership be your run might not be me might not be Maked, might not be Dengarang but quite of the ideas of in Lebeka Kwan war la town into to eventually success all book you what the book yale me non kawaja what the book lim long one bang what the book lim non ko to man na chan well anti kan community down ku le boran 1000 bay mo le ku way 11 million ci ku yow ku lo ku wo ba ngo any city ku le ku ka kwan ku wo ken or lo go lo ken or yin ku facilities bo ko la du believe me kerang de lo ku ti jara ka ci wo je ka de la le wow ke cha ka lo e aba yen ken or aba mai or ba ga yen ken include kumada. So I gam recruitment a little brolo, quality jog a volunteer group can a little bit recruitment gone thing. And then to the rest of the community could join in. And willing to join. Okay, a try book 1,000 recruit. Could this group a good start? Could I quite the rate? I the good mind. Could I will can I think it where they come a little put your mouth where your put your money where your mouth is. So I think the lawyer now gamte ka good start rate to gamte and to be or half of it. So in cái là balain but em group chứ lui chứ bài cho coi của cả là bị coi bài cái người cũng chứ bài của mình I think just support 100% cái lawyer. So can it to ban bad in India.
Ayen, look what jama chuku prolong red. So we are around kubuku jam da buku bay to close. Amedu nong ben maket kwer. Yin indi ka juja pieta chakalwel kawan kalurut. I check a tongue cake. There's one area chin jam tin one yan power in a jail of tul wrong thing a good nalabaren yo yi lo le ben dare ka chram be nang that energy wo jitok in psychology ning ring chol ego depletion effect ya no self control a jamar control rely on very limited resources ya no those resources limited ka which exhausted ka is struggling. I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. Kayin exhaust ala baden cho de pe lo ka chibe lo, that's exactly in ga lo rot ko ja wir ko tar tong ku ko chen ki yi ko tar tong ku na je yi jo lo ben la baden ke ne chram be lo. By the way nang de lo ne tek yi lo na chu jo li ke ngabi kan lo lew. One great example kulwan chi South Sudan reduced into 32 states. I don't know jo ko be jala kwel. And the answer could be no exactly. Alo chu ko jo belo ngong war. Ane so cái đó là về nhuộc coi mà nó nó có vô cố một cái tin này à trên cái trò this ai cái theo ôi này gì là thốn thì nó cao của dân của gì Paul cái đuôi luôn là cái luyện bánh mà cái là the contribution là ya nó bước coi cái 1,000 được identified của bước a breakdown the contribution. In fact, now 1,000 na được 11 million and Louis could produce, Louis could contribute cái chi trả cái 100 a month. A little bit less than that. And I believe na leila nang could be youtin. Nang share around it, ma one il baran yen 100 acres of land. Kaya kadin chi youtin, so your motivation. Kaya kaya lo kwa juiza a level of more than 1,000 because nang yuk. Now I know to be any problem you're at all. Every you will go being a color talk we are chicken of mar. This is going to be your weird about it. The whole idea dies. Chibu barata because Ramu will talk and a kajijola Luel kin nanning modality living create that a jamber and will talk or go talk will be a top yet. Okay, very easy to do. Key and but thin and keen in brother Makil. It sound a great idea lakin ko ko gachin ki chol patience yani chol sabur tong arab ana lelo man thio ay ko ar chen ki ting mi akul you nang ko le ga chin the same vision to gonna yin be now wait for 5-10 years. Do you think alabu you ko chir ga chi bu gola jam I can't go think ke ma ke le yi ga yo nang hope le ba ga yo ko chir ko. And number two, there is a big problem here. The political thing. Cuman yang wada nang ra le mana nang bain den jot ko. Ora na do nang kunum dien ja chao ban sabotage law in the community. And I find it hard actually can be uka ko nang ran ja kon approach chan be contribute ye ko chaka ba acknowledgement ben message receive kin du no because in fact nang ye tinga nang crach lo roten so one le ba ko patient chiga le ba ga yo and number two the fact that nang ba jot you chi le ba contribution da le ko le te nang ba ne chi jore
Yeah, in the two-part question, I think the first part of question is to live in Koyote. Alwelen, for example, the end your call a little bit two way live in loyalty. I live bangadi, I live a tenum narrow. I look about your Kulilian, although idea book driven, manen great idea, let's just try to do it at the level of the three counties. One thing can. We fail in that level of the three counties. Kulwel Kabaloi, a level of Twi County. Got a two-way living in Loitin. Kadang wen to take in kadang ko to take in kadang for 5 payam 1,000 ran kene 5 payam ke ben gichi 200 per payam 200 kene 200 per payam kene so ke payam to to lumin let's say in the 200 per payam kulom kichi bakichi kadang bakichi quite ke tier payam bagalom or quite ke tro bagalom payam ba ko ke tro le ke kar tong in we ko ke tro a kor bran ko ke tv ke dongan ko ba la lo recruit ba ko ke dongan ba la lo recruit payam duit ke ken dan mean ke more credibility ayel lo so jimana ti jaman lo ma ke ku la be ko ke tier ngi ke kongor kanye the people that I'm gonna call I people that will not let me down because they know I'm depending on my reputation and I'm confident that I can put my reputation on them because I quite wouldn't get you call before. So if you did it like that, you got just some level of more justice that you created as well. Be where family okay, you will walk up to that penny. You will work on no, you will go work packet here, will work at you. So we can actually supervise, you know, actually supervise. Kekene racing will achieve ya Michela. Can number and restrict to just like 1,000, it could be a choice to be able to get the few essential, few but essential. To one example, matter of fact, the fresh water to around the world, there's hundreds of thousands of rivers across the world, but only 20% of the rivers get fresh water all around the world. That is the same thing. Majority of the cities get a population huge around the world. 80% of the population are within 20% of the cities. That go back again to the rule of 2080. So a carbon restricted, and then you do it on KDHI first come first serve, whereby but then a betting of the quality around, but then back bet it properly before kitchen ban in. Control. This is whereby in a governing body in created. Quite when the big selection of the governing body big alloy, quite went okay, quite of the high credibility. So that I look quite quite 100% based on the merit, not because of the connection, but based on the merit. Chimbanane, I teach man project chicken kulwele nga be alu involvement kulwele I know who will come in mind first. Where got you cake, I know will come in mind first. Where the living cake, I know will come in mind first. So chicken kake, I talk. The hardest part for liberal actually to be able to negotiate with the community on the ground. because of the two things called bigger committed. Yen, actually could be interfere in this system. Number two, there is involved giving of the land permanently. That means a checking a check do permanently, a check lease, a loan permanently. So Kaka involves. So visual what the capability of giving you 11 million in 5 years, kwache we bigger control, we ka be control. Even project when we are community benefiting, bigger buy out of this we this committee ka decide. Like school be ready, we school accommodating how much, be ben be we ben. Like that's school long we health facilities. Ka ye ka we ke tem ye we ke ko when security lo chan ke ka be families ke na be. We ja ko be alu in general. Ko be alu. For example, 100 acres farmland is a big land. So you're not going to have less than 10 workers. Could are there more than 10 workers out of the 1,000 farm? When I will, 10,000 population, 10,000 just call Belui. Ajabe in that area in 1 minute, just snap of the finger. 10,000 Ajabe in that place. So I don't think there are a lot of centers across South Sudan. They need 10,000 people. Very few centers regarding 10,000 people or more than 10,000 people. So kake kega yin keke denga boy. Inga yin so inche the issue the how do you people participate? In participant you selected kept acha answer again. And how do you manage it? Acha answer. Be manage wet quanto on the ground. Nothing against them, but accord because they need their hand off. And one of the things could data key. I think leaders go on your without doing a rate. Okay, koi when you would think the excellent governance, koi when Nikirin and Chakabel name by name, like in our koi taking care. A koi dominant guy. I eliminate what you keep the effectiveness and we well, keep the effectiveness, koi one. I koi you and the bank will take it. So I look at you take a fairly. But I can get it. There is nothing there. I need it. It's different from creating things. Jan Bakaran created from scratch. It's different from thing being it. Alaba created it in a good creator. We yenin or yenduor or yenichol jolate. But it has to come to being. It can be transformed from scratch to what it is. It can be something when it's useful.
I want to move away from you, brother Makeda. The idea of UN, a take more than actually be chang coach. Kuyen cái thing mà cái UN of loy. So we actually were consumers. We not actually producers. We don't produce anything, but we consume. What do we have to do here? Yung ada loy kuasa la chan buku coach empowered differently. Biche take in more than buku can create. Cuma nak loy good. Kalau ada lagi mana kalau loy kuasa cilo kau nim. Simply because it's not a check tech. Ego ko arbi chang. Kuwache ko ke chak. Yung buku loy here.
Well, Russia had to Louis lack away from most of the European. I want to be like Alexander the Great. Gole Russia. But we're drag into civilization, I will do it. I want you why you get factories get a bay ku Russia I talk renim. I did this big deal and religious and Occidental. Ka boku choko mood kenim ku UK ngadi factory. Well, can I talk ngadi rana talk ultimate ruler. So, but it's watching ngadi kiyoko loy menene here a creating incentive. This situation be incentivized. I think one lower centerpiece. online kadang number 2 tour number 2 last year wa ma la yu ga ben to ngadi Iran to ga Iran intifada ka che chulwa ku by the way so war ga ga bela ba ku ju bela ko tori on chala ting wala yin kilo raki Iran luye chin taban wala kilo raki chan chi aba accused of the ngadi conflict of interest and I'm your direct payer so I will be paying you so but kilo you merit ne ba ko luitin ba ba ko loy but in ba pay so basically I work a family so ga ga yin ga yen but I give but I can't give it to you to kin kilo so you have to do something lo ne and it's doing fine so kitoki we have to create the situation of incentive whereby buku services buku are incentivized so you guys incentivized restricted to we cannot solve the problem that you have to work a parent give me the queen what are the parents doing in the return well the argument understandable is you so what about I mean you got school okay doing to look out mean school again what are you doing for us so you have to station there you have to start working school so it has to be tough love it can be kang be loy in tough love then ka chin kulu achieve kukiyan yana very critical is I will the generation understanding both world watching other generation there who understand that quite a by they don't understand it over thing wugai to understand wugai by you understand no matter how great Jimmy could feel it on man I see that depth the jing a chicken may me go na chila bangi that non cha I get into 4 names I take a joy pew I take a joy teeth I take a joy meal I take kakaben guen
Go yeah.
but that condition of church I think actually other generation who understand that
Ko kai bang ngat ya.
Yeah.
Which is
So,
Mazioma or something.
yeah. So kake I katawa ngadi I katawa kedangwan jeng. So how do we bridge this? Who have a capability to bridge these two cultures? I quite often. Jan kilora mane transition in korku. Jan pida wanto ato gichi man pida masai. But how do we bulu transform buku chairman some of the Bantus communities though? How do we keep influence? Buku buku culture buku maintain care at the global stage and all thing. Kakaben I ka doable. But I chako tichawa tu ngadi tichawa pure real. Kuluka kalu ko ba I can't secure enough. Kade de kokalibu another part of the world. So Kakaben I kato. So it take a guide of a small number of people, bigger communities, bigger guide. Could those numbers of people I think better do network? Jimane coily do coily Twi coily bore. I think better do network. The impact of they are like 3 times bigger. I took better do network, but then we are talking them into it. You can work into it, and then can get that blanket of knowledge, technical know-how. And this is how you retain peace and stability. So achieve benekim, it has to start somewhere. Kutichenjo la kenika jotior. Laman bijala teben loti.
Sorry. In the ping, we in the ping, ko you ja kibro loy man tioki. What ben to the end. Kuwa baga yin one last round. Bin go kun to you know baga baga le walk. Bigger ping. Kuyenga be up to the debate and I know something doing with color twin. ku kubla twenga cheto kolto lakini a great ideas ka cha ka bay rana thing yin chu go meri ran jo duo de manyang asa ma ke de kwere cha ta gurum du go ngai cho ko chol kale chi gamun bulo group je too. Hope that in a starting point here can be kakwan you will really book a debate in the forum, and I would actually encourage brother Market the which I got line to you got a group in it by a gartini going a choke with your clay group the volunteers who would think what comes out from it. Mantioga wabi jam da bukutul watch you pinga chugal wa back a video back a ping a look back comment to back Bakalo Queen, and if you can respond to something, then you teach Kekalebala Loy. Just to end this talk, Amadu to win Galway and Tin Chiwa Jam to one Cholakala Injika, Pierre Chagaluel registration begins now. Kuka Gal within a group to existing. Chiman you groom volunteers and when to join today. Lebeni in Goltin. In fact, I check 1,000 an obstacle. Yeah, I you. We can start from Kichigul brother Make the queer Gulu Koyotiro, which are you from a payam. Kukaloko 180. I'll be a bay. And the Opayam away in 200 people because are part of the group. Yinimbe Jamdo Batul Chinen Guertin brother. Ki mbajo Martin wedi ni ci gog yu nga ya kor ba ngor le koy ku le in fact to you went by wala ka ngor kin gog de piu man tio ka kin gog so kin ga wedi na ko mar ti bin jam tol din lakin is your turn now chan ba jam do conclude
inja bele ding ana on 2015 ana kila by that was the last time land by 2015 what bijal Bo Town ku jot ku riai until diam ku jugula chat wachuk until patio now anti jara ku janyu jitiang no in set ban chit bai go ati ku kwai no kan la pio go jalo yung loy go le lan ko ba pin be chat angelo ja coach ku jalo le te werin piu mane ku jare re ti wen ku ba ku taw ke ti long thioke now after 5 months kin chu go wa cha yo go and all coach jalo re jai ka ma ya go ko go dol because the concept yanelwel ekene we have a lot of potential panitwi potential adi really because nothing in kuti yang ku loy ko da do ku le ke long tin pure ban pinya bal way ke turai ti ke and then I will do breeding of fish okay at the end of the year you may end up having $10,000 tikin pond kuchin galoy ko chin gi dit kor gen nangi ne yen were won ku jala were to ataw gatin chan bal gi bichilsin ku jala mit ko won ga chwarwe taw gatin ka bere ga la cham but our mentality ko in general is completely different from looking at the business perspective kiana idea kichir gen well example you think that by a book when fuka chuku be lum ko abrut coin this is where we get out of the control because will you go point pan tree or you go point jungle state in the last 10 years will have built a city pan tree quite way wape tiken wagalum wagulu ko kai business perspective ka go lo ke ko jwar wa chine wo ko ben wa kra na loy kulo ku yinge chiran rer pin chiran mi so you go and work and then you get something you want chiku market loy I like that idea and that is very brilliant because you look at brilliant chin pan when jala twing mentality that okay, what coin, coin. We have to introduce another page. When ban and a book an idea of 10 but 1,000 people ku bigger year road. But idea chema kes really more powerful than Kuwani token again. Because when we say okay, that contribution could be unique and then we don't have the interference of quarter by because interference quarter by can kill a twin. And that is it, absolutely true. A little bit jam was like in reality they don't move. In the baran yotuan ku ga la ben ya kol ka de ge yotu wa re ka chen tin chin de gerot e piri ku wo ko lui te ne ka ni ku ka yu ko loy so loy ben e loy ku pane tuye mien nyen wel ma ngor onto wa panyindu. We have seen how the agriculture transformed our life in a short period of time na Ethiopia career chuo bi yogon ku le jamer ken mien nyen go ran lo ku jangwan lekin na yi on after 6 months on ka chu ngwan mu so ka chira ka are important. So we have to learn from the past to actually make the future better. So ena ran wani jangula yen loindol kiran yeti in the journey on your grandma be away a kiran ben a kinti kubi your weekend cake. He started with his own group cheating and capable. The only problem is when you have a group that is not helping yourself or not helping you and back and low achieve. Lekin acha group you with a good mentality that they are willing actually to sacrifice whatever they have for that future benefit. Kaya think a foundation ku foundation is very important because nakin foundation kachin kulo rod loy. Kuyenge kuni anjam kulele any foundation chayo chiriok ekadega yule lai yiku the foundation no. And that's when I propose saying, okay, we have already a network of group of planetary, and we can actually utilize this idea through them and say, okay, why don't we do this for ourselves? And that brilliant idea, I really love it. So kubana better and the pinga letter more than me. And that's when we go ahead. And then we have to have a library. No, we want to do this. This is our own project, and we will run it the way we want it. And I agree with all this stuff. No, we are expecting more things to come. Global warming so etienge kule loimia kuche 2 meters up high take no matter what. So tieng pan twi doi duong abadai ke duong because a loy ko chena mantina akor be wide enough kuna chak loy ke ka chin ke wo chap chi chin ran to wa ka tin mantina a problem. But you guys have to have a center in a commercial city. Ani ku fi US man capital city ato ke Washington, but New York ato, Los Angeles ato, Las Vegas ato kukaka pan US. We can still have our current towns, is the tree, but we can have that agricultural city that we can build. Where Grandma Bureau and you take down to people is actually alive now. Is the tree to the point that we can actually make it a brilliant idea and put it into practice. A brilliant idea, but nobody's actually doing it now. Kiran Loyen. Kuna markuochin. Okay, kena buku lom kuloiku. I don't see that kichukulo. Let it start from now. Instead of talking, let's go back to work and then put our hand together. And I will be 100% committed to put my contribution in anytime Korea and Kiyananchul get a ban because it for my future, of my kids, and it's for the future of planetary to have a center, to have a better place, and why economic law can get your pull factor. We cannot push people big tree, but we can pull them big do tree through the program Chukataka. Which agale ku yin yenike toko welie kana. So which agale we were the Japan and we will keep in contact through because kriben a kit to show human young work ideas like lakina ko buga bela garbin ko buga bela dimi and then I hope we don't end everything on the live na live to kalas ku wala ku nin ku le ku to ko no we need to work on it in ke kala ba your way ku ta kale and I appreciate you guys and I'm privileged to be with you today because kidane a business mind and I love business mind because politics chindi e kon ko e pira yer ka ba which I kale
Hey, nin chule brother. Pinyi ten ke ko jagar ka ji. Lakin in contribution dun jalo piadaret and the idea that akin go okay. I know abu walk la do chu abu jap to ke TV nyin wo bu ngor ko bela leng pinya le sa ko. Lakin ni jale your time. Now, abela nong brother duot lakin nang kar ba kon du nom Ruben mayen garang ke yiwo ji so alo chuk ting lakin a chuk bu ber man ana ji len kolon wona wati ko ban ko ga chi wati ko ban chi ko bel wele che yi man ga wore ga ga chwar bini kene chi ko bel wele ye ko wore ken ye ga gam a wo ba la nga ko le yi do we have a captain twi kene kene ka bu jo ba le ko la lakin wo bi jam da bu wrong to ko ke business here where do you ping now in me jam no batul brother duot lakin nang dini chuku play when I play then jam lo to jamit chira ne ba duno le bu yerin ya ko la lakin ke ba le the viewers up to the pan chol twi ra chol duot ko wa no jam no sultan mo nyong ding biar ko chilwe la alwe le ki chol ba nyalwe le ga ye gele kange diak anang lung anang wealth ku jela koch te tolin ban te tolin jam wala ke tu jamit ku la ki na liu ka ke diak nong twi we learn is not there ka tun tu da ko tun twi ba to le twi le ne chegam menang sana den bi yi ben ko ga manin will tu tun twi le to wherever I ne will tu
Hey, and ba jo better later to be man chinelwel kitwen libanwel today one of the good talk good discussion. I'm very happy to meet brother Chola ci men wo ken kon jam but kan loyel ke wo ju go ben ko wo la bugu tug loy ma ke won tere yo wo jam ken ma ke den gi cer recognize apart from rangi wo ka den ke ating ke le join ko hopefully den gi ting ya ke le ba join the jam wo so I just surprised to catch ke loyel because I already knew who is him and ideas can you know question nanti centipede to you jam ran identify so platform ci lwel I tinga yi ku yene ga ci ci lwel registration have to start aya gam we have to buku ko wo ko to na ma wo ko ke chake en buku recruitment loy based on the recruitment loy and wo buku gol ko to ku ko yo ko ni any different diversity background koi the engineer background business background leadership background koi willing ya bit la yit na gokulu ke 1000 ci won de market kene ko 1000 ne kana ele ya for server 250 ele beto one server ku 250 one server ku 250 other server kuna yik ko ke pay 1000 kene ka ci town ti na ci yi and be ka America mana deng be ko ki 1000 ne ci to ku ka ci ka yi ka lui function kuna loy ku ya be ku koy ko la be koy bu ko loy ci ma won ci ma ke loy ken ku loy ran 1000 loy ko ka ci ba ci ke chang So and kila balwela yes baden ku chuku bala jam we need other people to bend in ku bugu ting lebo koy loyin pinyi. How could we get 1,000 people apart from the contribution? Now, you 1,000, you agree by Ekelwel Kui. Where will we go and do it? Does not always actually matter. Now, I get learn. Could then grant the joy in Pindi, go echoes, Kaloy, till when the 2 way to go car. I can live with anything. Till the Ben Koi Kog, the book coin, the benefit. Can man what they are global citizen, but it's always good. Now, Bukuyati, Kapit Bukupanda, you. Which are thing na loy ku gam ku ko woden pindi de ret pindi le bu ko ga security ala bu ga hayat le bu ga ya lo le yen yi pandu ku yin ku hayat ba te ku kwa yo ga ya ran ko chan ko wa chi to so kana thing ding a good thing ko le bu ku care on work ran chi ma ke ran chi chol ku ko we will go and talk about it ku bu ku ting le bu lo pindi kuna ci loñ be nya ca gëp te ka lebu ba ci wala bañ ko anta diaspora ku bañ ko anta bay ku lebu ron loy na ke ya ja ideas pe nya yi ideas even pe nya ci ya le ideas if the lane theory the bible ke pe nya ca ideas pe nya ga yi ideas ke yo ko ca ga era to ko le len ta ra lo ra to kwa ta ra to ku jo expanded ta ra ci beto ta da on di men den ta ra de level Europe 2 hours 4 hours ku ka loy ona che ka like that ay kar wat ke ro gole te yu ni chok de riet the same thing kene ale be yen ya so ideas kene ko ro build ku be la twin ko ko wan ja ben ti mane young MPs ti mane may de na ler I like his ideas ku ni chok that way they were actually into it ku ka pe ni ka chi ka loyal especially mayen and I agree with a lot of ke loyal ko chi ka ka to pa na twi whether talk Africa, whether talk Australia, Canada, US ato. So ku loin pin bi ko jo loin pin man ka ci risk lum kene ina ka lo bi ko pi to ci man ma ke ku man tol ku yinin den ko en ku ko pin bu ku that step bu ku lum bu ko ci di opin ka ideas ku loy bu ku ci di opin a commitment ka sacrifice. So I has ran pin bu ku ya sacrifice into that. Lo bu ko ku ka lo brin ko chato chana cha jam a lot so ba pole long ku we kar ke na la ti mi ang le ba ke de ke le ku ye ka karani so back de ku de ban ma nyong de biar ma nyok actually I like the way yen jam in the tab especially long there one ke ko kanisa it was 100% right ke de le kwa like to Louis stand up ko dia so I like him on that and the kitchen will banya yemu rear ku rane ama tuja yemu rear ko yemu ma ko yemu kat correct ke let's say right man kriren Ukraine linda ko ma to ke power to ke the same anywhere ran ko ran kin man ran kin ko erin ran kiran alebe no alebe ene ran alebe rupin du pe ko alebe rin ku pe ko alebe anything to kan yin alebe pe jeri er ken manara chang ni ran lo chara charin ku chokur ti man to Israel a ko le ku ga chira no de chita ke ga pin no men ko da je rupin ka je ma de chi ko loy ku ka den thong tunye yi iya na den pin na den rier ku den ma ku yin den ko ka ga chin pin chi rum wada ye pin du wala ye pin rande ka ga rum so lene kri chi lele yi de iya ran 1000 ku mere ku te funds be ga jwar ku te ku into use ka ko ga da ra ri chi chang kwa je was chi chang kwa je pin chi create kwa leadership responsibility the leadership be could introduce to the community I think it create kene ya sim da un bin lo tul le balwe like that ku ba keden ki gaw kan ko ga to yi han ko loy ku ene jam a lot won ta ye kene ke ka le ji ga le wati appreciate contribution ki ko loy ku I'm happy ba platform ba maro ne ke ku yin cha le jin ding by dialogue by chat ku ko bugu ba tingi ya boka in said bu ya ben live ti mo ni chi chono le bugu ba tingi bu lo behind the scene the last thing a group to ke volunteer group the Twi alle ba le jare ta ko lu men wo den project lo wo den ko bugu tal bu ko bu ko yen weti wan chan ko ti ko li to panin ni raw liu chin cái tin này cái bài rega of course even now I have ping rega gare long long dar men ko chi la lo lo ga nang re ku ka nag lai but ai chi rep to ai chi rep ye ko yo so kene ala bana gurum le jo gurum kene ene ka tay yen a cham motivate ko chay encourage e ka ye ka loel ku ka chi ka loy so a cha ka le ku ko ka dia ko an ping a cha ka le thank you
Piadaret in chale jarete ya I angot londa bro la goal today chiba baya tomorrow ku wonang ko so alo na ban ma nyok lo na liu ko ke to ja liu cha ba ting liu so ma wonang ko ambe nong brother maken kwer ba word ba to lakin ki akor ba martin atok dui the idea of coin and wealth coin when nang kang pan tree chipping in German team. Can these people actually coining either a wealth of idea or a wealth of material token a cake? A coin in the big kitchen marato. Kubu koi coin, chan chibia bunching the burg reality. What I mean by bunching the burg a good coin a all president gas station ka coaching the burg in a president. So in the chocoing the burg in a judge. Kukoching the burg in Galama. Coaching the working politics. That's the group I'm talking. But koi kok, chiman make queer. These people chin queer a bigger band coining wealth. Kubik well they about to make it. Big three a big coin in this journey of resettlement.
Yana padre dai ke woni ara lwel kene chaman great idea chi weti be kene chan ko won to ke che den community responsibility kan to ga is very unlikely could be there big la job chimane na for example I bogi ji kene mane eke just playing from behind the rear but lakin when ba jolo ko jara lwel ka ja champion and here is what I want to implement is more likely chil bro tongen because of time talking end number 2 there in talking end command is you don't want to create something that then a chance leben lui fail I think you need 100% of your energy I check by look up for 20% of my time kubra loy so and then when you committing my 100% of my energy kill by you but the resources to be able to be a part of that so when you yeah mobilization can allow actually with a great consultation tong ngadi tong koi won ke mai bai koi won cheng du koi won to in diaspora the fair thing in ko baloi is a kick a wet ka ke diaspora ka ko ba kon on the same page ku baloi argue to them well kene nge ke ba ngadi because you're going to need the input later you're going to need the voices bit of behind it to make the case tong ko I think they are putting the skin to the game whereby they are actually doing it. It got some sense of security with your credibility I created because Biran there will think okay I could albul or mamere young dude and then it must be something safe. It's something that's sought out well. And then get where you use them actually to negotiate can a quite on the ground, can a leadership on the ground. Well, here is what we want to do, but under this condition alone. Can the issue of the land can attach to it. Yene ka bidil lenga be suwiten. Kuyinga le bukang doj bay. Kuyinga bo more accountability ngale bay. Because I know for me we can achieve we look sorry I'll work get back through the land. Well, kiti question because TGT koi ki okay. Pindi ka le bijo yene koi ren ka ga braloidi. Well and ka to pindi what are you doing with it? You know, chinga again. So the possibility man and got home and get kitchen occupy. A lawyer man and go patch away counties or go away counties, county land, come back a dozen milk buy when they are taking care of it. the more the bin go tai chances ke bra lo mi alo ke chikelo ro buma kina the possibility because of the same corridor. Alibaba lead me at the government of South Sudan and very strong. Alibaba lead to Turkey or to Saudi Arabia for 100 years. What are you gonna do about it? It's a government land. So you either to get it now or you don't get it at all. So I choice though. 100 years at the time we teach for 100 years. I think majority of us will not be there in the next 100 years. To check now 50 years leave that. So anyway, I know the coach we go nearby it. Lakin, we have to be realistic, you know. Okay, coach always stick to a certain ideology, or you just commit your mind to go into they appeal so dear to your heart. It's not necessary progress a delay. Thinking there is no wrong or a right answer, you know. It's the issue of convenience. What is convenient? You know? So, if we are here beating the drum of the identity night and out, I thought we to chok what we identity mean to them, if we can help them. Or in the term of religious, where we are beating drum, why should we be focusing about the soul when we can't save the body? So kon save first, and then big soul can save later. You know, so thinking a wrong or right answers. You know, cooking in a car libi coach libi kipiet a ko ba kadang yat ka yelu attach ken kipiet yene ke yena yat the daman chala on jow ke centerpiece anchi biar chabela yo entity go yen, so we were registering account numbers ku jaka ben, so we went to Equity Bank kadang Kenya Commercial Bank. I win logo nyu jiten go mon Kenya go ben tongo go boku ti le wati go la ya bor kind of caught up as God go yes go jogo ti le, how do you know? Go le because I need to South Sudan ki chirun ge ber kutan chi wata zun ge ber, the only place you like home at Chan Ben Jongle State. Lu Angelo areas ko ki ben wo yo lu ade tu joy ko ja ge di moini you le yen kene inga chana ting, so your demeanor say mon Kenya kene che non de mon dan bo che chol le yen bar by bel lom to keten e de chen ku the nature it is like you can ku inga chila you ku le ge you ge chi ka ke, so it's attached to that. So if you want to build something better, something good, attaching to something better, something good, something greater, so kati peti ka I chi ko jikun. And ade ko ba chen command ka chelu lan bo, you do it in silence and then it will show. Actually are showing and then people will recognize it. You know, can great topic attached to that is some of the things oxygen you get taken out of our conversation go with society joy to, you know, can point out. And it's not something that is year old or 2 years old. It's something almost about 30 years old that doing the same thing over and over and over. So because then, whereby we said, okay, we need to focus on something else. Can we move on? You know, we need to move on. Reach tonga beru ku bea beru tong. Acha rinya chitek ka bera beba ben, but a ber ben china the different challenge. Imidang a ber the tree to outside the country, they know nothing about tree. You know, they will have technology, technical know-how, a little bit of money, but they know nothing about tree. then a bridge doing Kienton. They might know something about Twi, but they don't have the necessary resources. It can be a bill. I keep talking okay. So the only bridge between these two generation is us, who call when understanding the both church, with the both way of life. So I hope, but then understanding. Kim, I think Lord command be walk me maka ke so jo ko ayer ken. And I hate Doran Loiben, you know. So all the book meeting down chiman binding da bu chon ning da ro yang lo ai le ke pere. A be meeting le la yo te bare ka be wel ko be ka depend de be ka depend him. Who cares? So let's be realistic. Let's focus on things that matter. Kau lebih kau kun coin, kau lebih legacy dun lebih go. Kau lebih alu testify in the future. Kau lebih kau ke jadi kita nuan angin kilo ke. Ajar today kau nila Turkana, you know, or by your dua ni laku lair in a village Germany or Dutch. Okay, you don't have to guess. Kau lebih pan when kau want jadi kan, it's ideas. I link can how people have been doing this thing over years. You get the ideas, you can link it, you know. So kage ka leba ke bagalwel. Twi is strong. Twi is not a victim of anyone. Twi is capable. But we just have to be realistic. We don't have to threat anyone with anything. We can do this, catching any bad blood causing around the neighborhood.
And watch it talk ban chol clay in jale jaret the time in chagam 2 hours more than 2 hours man gi rare ten in the chok do ban dur manyang in jale time do ni chol ka gam when the chok gi ma ke queer core in jale jaret brother en ga twi ke wel ko cham twi nang di chen I think in ga twi ka twi real in the chol twi. So Iran dai ben with a cake lake. Gudi biar ji tolin go chi wer du no mo Kenya je
Yeah. Yeah, it's a thing, man. The guy just surprised us, I mean, out of nowhere.
That's right. Ban do nang ra jam pyang gang pyo ka le ran tung support project kan so ran le ba ta group. Ngai cho ka MP so wen ngai ko ka support the project. In ga ke le ko ka gan we cha ka le pion ni ben na be we kor bu ben ko we ba we chol I know we willing people. Good in brother makete chulu ne ga chena kor ba ke share na nga to time ka ba ke loy ka le ba ke luel so kena buku na ye ke ba loy televised ka buku loy somewhere in a private we can do that no problem so thank you very much we chakale ba jala nang good we ko pinyuna je chwal we dio kulu ba nang good evening and ko jo lo na good afternoon won ko dai ko to jak ko ji garba kala ting ne ko du nom ka chin du nom ke yen lakin londa lo la twen in ban duot bu ko ting gol quran to le twen journey of 1,000 mile begin one step, you know. So with one step, one person here, one step. So we don't need 1,000. We don't. But thank you. We chakale jaret. Nyale kena we ku buku jalan nang guna. Di daun tu jami dapat jo taban we jo ruai. Ku bak jalo kan ku lai we ke.
Thank you. All right, watch it talk, right? All right, thank you.
Ayen we chakale jare we ko chi die today. We banang discussion ko ga ben nyal hopefully in 2 weeks time ko we be jam one of my office former commissioner da jeres da ko nit bi wo be le nga ga man e ka kwon lo ke gitene so lo ka ku tri ka there's no by kitchen one lung two kang 3 coach and 4 learn. So this must be there. Chan Marajo Chol Kiyenga. And 3 need to have those 4. Chan be a 3. Not just the name, but exactly you have to have this. Which I can lay it. Good day. Thank you. Bye.